How to achieve clarity in life, like the ancient masters of consciousness, how they lived their life in oneness with the universe, with purpose, with presence, and with practice. Hi, I am Jamaludheen. I am a consciousness explorer through ancient wisdom and science. So, I would like to share with you what was the thing that allowed the ancient masters to live one with the nature, the universe, and the purpose of life. So that one thing that which gave them the immense clarity in life was there in the chapter 112 of the Quran called the clarity. In Arabic, it is called Ikhlas. And today I'll be presenting to you how to achieve the clarity of consciousness, Ikhlas, and how was this wisdom present in the ancient Egyptian documents, and how was Quran and the ancient Egyptian wisdom related. And I will be presenting what could be the scientific view of what happens in our brain waves when we achieve ultimate clarity in life. So let's see what is the wisdom of clarity in the Quran. So in the chapter 12, it's called Ikhlas, or the clarity of oneness, or understanding the clarity of oneness. In Quran, most of the chapters starts with say, Khul, and you can see the same thing in the book of Dead of ancient Egypt, which is actually it's called the book of coming to flow. And in the book of coming to flow, we can see the same chapters coming starting with say, or the Arabic word khul, and it is represented by a symbol of a snake flying. And the what does it mean is it is to unfold in yourself, or to tell yourself, to bring that in your experience. That is what it means by say. So any word, any idea that we tell ourselves, it's actually an internal practice. So that was the concept, and that is one proof that Quran is in fact the continuation of the wisdom of ancient Egypt. And the similarity is profound. There are thousands of proofs that we can say between Quran and the ancient Egyptian book of coming to flow, or a lot of other literatures of the ancient Egypt. So the 112th chapter starts with say, or unfold in your mind. It is the supreme being one. So the word for the supreme being, the creator, is in Arabic it is called Allah. And ilah means being, and Allah means the being, or the supreme being. So when you understand yourself as a holistic view, you are part of one, and you are a being in its highest quality, the supreme being. So you actually, or every person, everything, every material in the world are actually a part of simulation in this supreme being, the creator, the source, the one. So what the ancient people understood, that the supreme being exists in a frequency, in a vibration, in a coherence, which is so rhythmic and so coherent. And if anybody can bring that coherence in their existence, they can become part of that. So that is why the ancient people try to find coherence in their life, in their buildings, in their practices, in everything. They wanted to bring coherence, and the ultimate coherence. That is why you can see a pattern of if you look around the world, everything flows in in a golden ratio. So whatever is the creation of the universe, you can see the pattern of golden ratio in it. So if you flow your life in golden ratio with proper pattern and frequency, that is when you become part of that supreme being in coherence. So that is why the ancient Egyptian temples, the ancient Egyptian, most of their creation, even the land, they tried to build it in the principles of golden ratio, because they understood in the universe everything is, when it is coherent, it is actually flowing in that golden ratio. And you can see that pattern in everything, in the form of human being, in our cells, in our DNA, in our like facial features, everywhere there is the pattern of golden ratio. And to unfold, it is the supreme being, the one. So the supreme being, the word Allah, is actually originated from the like there are parallel words in Hebrew Bible, and in like the Hebrew, if you say Elohim, El means being, Elohim means the supreme being. The same Elohim and Allah are the same meaning, the same word. And this word is derived from the ancient Egyptian word Aten, which means the supreme being, and which is represented by sun disk. And Aten was the conceptualization of the supreme being as an Aten was introduced by the pharaoh Akhenaten, and he wanted to revive the misunderstandings in that time of attaching onto the concept of Amun and worshipping it rather than nurturing the supreme being, the oneness. And he wanted to revive the people at that time, but he had a resistance and he could not. And that is the reason why we have all these religions. When the people resist, some people have to start establishing themselves outside of Egypt. People who established outside of Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, in Petra, in Jordan, in the current Palestine, Syria, all developed some evolved ways of understanding of this ancient concept. That is how we have Islam, Christianity and Judaism and all, which evolved later into misunderstandings and became religion. But in reality, they all are same, teaching the oneness of the supreme being and how to evolve and bring clarity in life. So the word supreme being, in the Arabic Allah, and the Hebrew it is Elohim, and in the ancient Egyptian language it's called Aten, and all are same. And unfold, it is the supreme being, the one. So the moment you unfold in yourself, in your entire being, that it is the supreme being, you are not a separate being, you are part of this simulation, the being, the creation, which is continuously evolving, and the creator itself is viewing this experience through you, so you are always part of it. So if you awaken yourself into that coherence, into that coherent frequency and rhythm in your body, mind and spirit, you will become a part of it, and you will flow your life in the that coherent pattern. That is why it is said that, say it is the supreme being, the one. So once you understand the oneness of the universe and the holistic view of the universe as yourself is part of it, and through your experience the creator, the supreme being is becoming experiencing everything, and you are part of it, and it is part of you, and you are one, and it is also part of you. So this is the ultimate clarity in your life. Whenever we separate ourselves and we become a conscious mind trying to understand something, misunderstanding, emotions are trying to be emotional differently, the conflict, every problems in the mind of a human being is because the separation and not seeing ourselves as a union of mind. And this is exactly what the ancient Egyptians were trying to teach you through the story of Atum. Atum is the representation of your conscious and subconscious mind in one, the union. And this Atum is what became Adam in Quran, Bible and Torah. And Atum in the ancient Egyptian language means the union, and same is what in the Arabic language. If you look into the Arabic dictionaries like Lane's lexicon, you can find Adam is still means the union or the unity of conscious and subconscious mind. So only if your mind is in union, that is the same with Advaita also, not have two mind, just one mind, oneness. And the non-duality movement is also the same. So every spiritual scriptures in the world, every spiritual traditions in the world is teaching the same thing, but it may be in different language, it may be different cultural influence, it may be with different angles, but it's all teaching the same. So what is it? To understand the universe, you have to become part of it. To understand yourself, you also have to become part of the universe, or else you will only see parts of yourself. You will only see your conscious mind, only maybe see your subconscious mind, only you may see a part of yourself from a very low angle. So that is what is creating all the sufferings in the world. If you understand yourself, you are part of this simulation, and if you are part of this life, which is everything and everyone is actually another dimension of this universal creation happening in reality every time. So this whole experience gives the ultimate clarity, as you being part of the universe, the creation, the one. And it says, the verse number 2, the supreme being, the source of everything. So as I said, the supreme being, the simulation that is happening and which is eternal, and this whole creation and experiences are actually from one single source. And that is why the ancient Egyptians had the symbol of the source as a flag. So it is the starting and it is the ending, and that is what exactly it means by the supreme being, the source of everything. The source from which we gain the compassion, we gain the love, we get the energy, we get the intuition, we get the our dimensions of mind, we get the dimensions of physical dimension. Everything exists in this supreme being, the being which always tries to experience things. And this is exactly what you can see in the story of Vishnu. In the dream of Vishnu is what it is called life in Hinduism. And Brahma, all these concepts, Brahma is the supreme being, and Vishnu is the another avatar of the supreme being as Rabbul Alameen. In the Quran it's called Rabbul Alameen, the highest self of the divine matrix. So whatever exists in the universe, it is an understanding which is existing in a dimension, and that is called Agashik records or Alameen in Arabic. So whatever the universe is dreaming or experiencing, and that part, that the one part of that dream is Jamaluddin's life, the other part of the dream is your life, and every human life actually is a part of this source which is controlling everything and which is everything. So that is exactly what is the concept of teaching in the ancient Hindu scriptures as well. And another quality of the supreme being which when we understand, which gives clarity to us, is the third verse starts with, not initiates anything, nor it is an initiated by any. So the supreme being is actually the source. It is the system at which every experiences are felt, but it doesn't initiate anything. So the initiation is always by the Rabb, or the highest self, the individual consciousness. So what is guiding us in our life, what is guiding our life is not our body, it is not our mind, it is not even our spirit. It is the combination, it is the Rabb, or it is the individual consciousness. So even if you remove your body, you have existence of mind and your spirit. So the entity which controls the highest self, the highest existence of yourself is your individual consciousness. So that is what decides your life. That is what the I is, what sees your body, your mind, your energy, and it is the thing which controls your evolution, and not the supreme being. Supreme being is it's a source of ultimate energy and compassion and mercy. It gives us everything, but it never judges us and never involves in our life. But what decides and involves in our life is the Rabb, or the individual consciousness, or the oversoul, is what actually control ourselves. So I am happy, I am sad. The I is the highest self which sees your happiness, your sadness. And if you go beyond your control, the I will interfere, and it will give you lessons to learn in through suffering or through experiences which will make you understand the life in its deeper form. But the what Quran says is that the supreme being, Allah, is actually a existence of a existence which not initiates anything, and nor it is an initiation by any, and not exist for it any equal one. So there is nothing like the supreme being in the universe, and it is the final thing in which everything which in everything happens in the universe or the galaxy. So every creation, every existence happens in the supreme being, but the supreme being is a source which does not initiate this and anything, but it is the individual self which is actually separated from the like to see how would Jamal would live in his life. The supreme being initiated the consciousness of Jamal first, and the consciousness of Jamal initiated the his the spirit, his mind, and his body. And through this experience of Jamal, the supreme being is seeing through the frequency and vibration of Jamal, through his brainwave, through his body, through his how is his mind working, the energy that he exhibits. The supreme being is trying to have to see that experience of Jamal in, and that is what is happening. That is what the simulation in the Quran, it is actually written exactly like that. So every life, every existence is a simulation happening by the consciousness in the supreme being. So that is why Allahu Rabbu Samawati wa ma fil ard. That means the supreme being is the highest self of the higher mind and the field. So that's what exactly it means. So once you understand the clarity of your purpose in life, the holistic, the oneness view of your life becomes easier. It becomes a flow. The resistance will be very less, and it will make you to flow in life. And that is what I am trying to get in my life, because I've been trying to go against the flow for a lot of time, and I've been suffering a lot. And through my experience, I'm taught that should be effortless living, a peaceful, calm, stable life where you don't need to struggle and strive. It should be a coherent flow of life, and I think I'll be able to flow in life. And I hope this video gives you an understanding of what is the clarity, how to achieve clarity in life, and what was the wisdom of this clarity in Quran and ancient Egypt. If you want to understand what would be the change in your brainwave when we achieve the ultimate clarity. So this is a brainwave session which is very incoherent. So you can see here is only 66% calm, and there is a lot of wandering happening. So if you see the brainwave, you can see there is no good coherence here. So this experience was actually an incoherent experience. There was no stability, there was too much wandering, there was no connection, there was no salah between the experiences, and there was no coherent rhythm as well. So once you achieve clarity in life, you will not be wandering, you will be in a very calm state. And when you are achieving calmness, the brainwave also changes. The brainwave will have your thinking, reasoning, and understanding will have more calmness, and it will create a rhythm without wandering and without too much of instability. So it will have a coherent like a rhythm, like flowing of water, and that will be visible to every mind functions, your thinking, reasoning, understanding, your sensation, your feelings, your intuition, and your energy. Everything will start flowing in a coherent rhythm. And when everything is flowing in a rhythm, it will improve your self-awareness, it will improve your mindfulness, and it will improve your consciousness scores. And I have developed a application called Mind Fitness, where you can see how is your mind's brainwave flowing in the moment in real time, and we can understand a lot of data with it. We can understand how is our calmness, and are we in stress, or how is our thinking, reasoning, understanding, how much wandering is happening, and how much instability is happening. We can understand what is the clarity of our self-awareness, our mindfulness, and our consciousness. So in this real-time assessment, the person was going through a lot of incoherences in the lower and higher mind, and conscious and subconscious mind. So because of a lot of incoherences, so if you look, there are a lot of incoherences, and the overall flow of the brainwave itself is not in any coherent. It's all unstable and incoherent, and that because of that he is only 42% conscious. So this is how exactly our clarity of consciousness will be lost when we are in incoherences like overthinking, anxiety, depression, emotional disorders, etc. So whenever you have any incoherences happening in your life, and if you are not submissive to your life experiences and understanding without struggling and fighting with it, then when you keep your mind, energy, and your body always in its coherence and not against the fighting. It's actually a very hard thing initially to do all this when you are going through intense stress and suffering. But as I said, always the suffering is actually a way, the tension in life is a way to know that there is no more work to do for us, for self, for improving the self. So that is exactly when you are going through all these incoherences, the only thing that we can do to come out of it is to be submissive and flip the story to by understanding it, and when you understand the purpose of that suffering and you solve that through that understanding, it becomes your strength, and it heals and it gives you more energy. That is how it works. So as we see in this, this person is going through 42% consciousness, and that score is actually a lower score. So if you want to improve the consciousness score, you should keep your mind in the coherence, avoid all the incoherences like overthinking, engaging with incoherent thinking, anxieties, anger, sadness. So if you can keep your mind very stable, and if you can keep your mind in that coherent rhythm, in the flow of uh, that golden ratio, you will always keep your mind in the clarity, and the scores of your mind will be very high. And I was able to, when I was going through this flow of life, I was able to reach the consciousness score. My maximum was 65, and I was able to be able to become a 97% calm. My mindfulness score has been like 80%, 90% of our self-awareness. So it will always be high and low. Whenever you go through suffering and you have already uh, instead of submission, you have already started suffering and denying and become incoherent, the brainwave changes into that. And when you ready to change yourself and come up, the brainwave will change into coherence, and it's all in real time. And that is why the brain has the capacity of neuroplasticity. Nothing is permanent in your brain, whatever may be your situation. If you are ready to reprogram yourself, if you are ready to change your understanding, if you are ready to change your energy related with it, it will change in that moment. So I hope this video gets the understanding of how to achieve clarity in life, and what was its wisdom in the ancient wisdom, and what we can understand it in the neuroscience through brainwaves. So I hope it helps you in some ways. And if you are interested to explore your consciousness through brainwave, you can access mind fitness system. And if you want any help, you can always contact me. The details are there in the description. And I hope we can establish a more coherent and a peaceful life of oneness, being in a holistic experiencing and witnessing the oneness within ourselves. And I hope this was a informative video. We will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.